Okay, I just stumbled across Eigent, and it's this open source app that lets you build a custom AI workforce to automate complex tasks. How cool is that?
Wait, seriously. So it's like having your own team of AI assistants working on different tasks at the same time. That's incredibly powerful.
Right, and it's built on this Camel AI project, which is open source too. They really emphasize privacy and local deployment, which is a big deal.
Totally. Local deployment means you're not relying on cloud services, so your data stays private. That's a major plus for businesses.
Exactly, and they claim zero setup is required, making it super accessible even for those who aren't tech savvy.
That's interesting, but doesn't that assume a certain level of familiarity with AI concepts? I wonder how they manage that.
Good point, it might be user-friendly, but is it really that easy for complete beginners? The multi-agent coordination sounds complex.
For sure, juggling multiple agents could be tricky, but think about the productivity boost if it's done right. That's a huge potential.
And speaking of boosting productivity, they mention parallel execution of tasks. Imagine the time you could save.
Yeah, it's like having a personal assistant that can work on multiple things simultaneously. But how do they ensure quality control?
They say there's a human-in-the-loop feature that lets the AI ask for human input if it gets stuck. That's a smart way to maintain oversight.
That does sound reassuring, but I can see a scenario where constant interruptions for input could actually slow things down.
True, it's a balancing act. They might want to streamline that process to avoid bottlenecks.
Exactly. And speaking of processes, they offer integration with tools like Notion and Google Suite. That could be a game changer for collaboration.
Oh, for sure. Imagine having your workflow seamlessly connected across different platforms. But what about security?
They claim to have enterprise features like SSO and access control. It sounds promising, but actual implementation could vary.
Yeah, security claims are one thing, but real-world effectiveness is another. I wonder how they handle data breaches.
That's a valid concern. Open source can be great for transparency, but it also means vulnerabilities can be exploited.
Exactly. And while we're on the topic of transparency, their commitment to being 100% open source from day one is commendable.
That definitely fosters community engagement and innovation. But do you think that could also lead to fragmentation?
That's possible. If too many modifications happen, it might create compatibility issues or diverging user experiences.
And that could complicate support. If users modify the core app, who is responsible for troubleshooting?
Good question, they might need a detailed support structure to manage that. It could get messy otherwise.
Right? And what about the learning curve? Even with the zero setup, users need to get accustomed to managing all these agents.
Totally, there's a lot of potential, but I can see it being overwhelming if users don't have proper onboarding.
Agreed. User education will be crucial. They need to provide clear guidance on best practices for using the agents effectively.
Yeah, it's almost like they need a community-driven approach to support. Users could learn from each other's experiences.
Definitely. That's the beauty of open source. Collaboration can enhance the product in ways a single team might not anticipate.
Exactly, and with real-world use cases, they can gather feedback to refine the platform. It's a continuous improvement cycle.
Speaking of use cases, they listed some examples like generating financial reports and travel itineraries. That's really practical.
Those are great examples, but I wonder how customizable those tasks are. Can users really mold the AI to fit their specific needs?
That's a key point. If the customization options are limited, it might not be as useful for diverse industries.
And that raises the question of scalability. Can Eigent handle larger organizations with more complex workflows?
Good question. They need to demonstrate their capacity to scale, not just in user numbers but also in task volume.
Right, the promise is there, but real-world testing will reveal how robust this platform truly is.
Exactly. And with all this potential, I'm curious about how they plan to support ongoing development and community engagement.
They mention contributing back to the project, which is essential for sustainability, but how do you ensure consistent contributions?
That's a challenge. They'll need to foster a vibrant community and incentivize contributions to keep things moving forward.
So in essence, Eigent could revolutionize how we work with AI, but there are definitely hurdles to clear along the way.
Absolutely. It's like a double-edged sword. The potential is vast, but the execution needs to match that ambition.
Totally, I'm excited to see how they tackle these challenges. What do you think will be the biggest factor in their success?
I'd say community engagement will be crucial, along with adaptability. They need to evolve based on user feedback.
Agreed, if they can maintain a user-centered approach while innovating, they might just hit a home run.
And if they can scale effectively, they could become a go-to solution for various industries looking to automate.
Exactly, imagine the possibilities if they can succeed in both areas. It's definitely one to watch.
For sure, I can't wait to see how it evolves. This is such an intriguing space right now.